this week. 49ers, it seems like they're trying something a little bit different than what we're used to. We're used to teams talking mad crap, JD, and giving us bulletin board material and added fuel for the big game, but they're giving us a little bit of the opposite than bulletin board, praising the heck out of us. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel on their podcast, praising the Chiefs, saying lovely things about Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, and Trent Williams. Actually, didn't say anything negative. He just said it's another game for us where you can't really revisit the Super Bowl. It's just another game. So I have both those clips here. We'll take a look right now.
Outstanding matchup. They undefeated, I think, still.
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Playing at a high level. Niners playing at a high level.
Yeah.
I think it's a great matchup.
I mean, Mahomes is Mahomes.
Yeah, for sure.
He's amazing. Kelce just decided to get really hot like the last 2 weeks.
I know, bro.
I know. So,
that's your guy.
Travis is amazing. Yeah, I love Trav. But so they've got that working out. They've got some major injuries on their team too, which is, but they're still finding ways to win. And that's the hardest thing in the NFL is finding ways to win. Anytime you have Mahomes and Kelce, though, you're probably going to find a way to win. And then I would also say this is probably the best defense we've gone against this season. That's what, we've talked about already in our tight end room. And they have a lot of really good playmakers out there. Chris Jones is an absolute monster.
Definitely.
And can't leave him one-on-one. He's going to probably get an Aaron Donald treatment where you just always slide to him, get 4 hands on him 24/7. Yeah, I can't wait. These are the games that you play football for. This is it's a game of the week. You got Tom Brady talking about it.
Yep.
It's gonna be
it's
gonna be really fun.
Your team captain had this to say about the matchup this morning.
Fred Warner?
Yep. The Chiefs are undefeated this year and still at the top of their game.
Yep,
they still got 15 back there. I have yet to beat him. I have played against him maybe 4 times now and have yet to beat him. I think it's an important game for us to try and get over that hump and get the win.
I'm definitely with Fred on this. I just said,
that's a good quote.
I haven't beat him either. But 15 is a heck of a player. At any moment he's liable to do anything possible, and it's I don't like referring back to Super Bowls, but rookie year we up and Pat Mahomes just go do things Pat Mahomes does, and the 2-minute drill in this past Super Bowl is just Pat Mahomes doing Pat Mahomes things. But, you got to give him his flowers. Man.
Yeah.
You got to give him to him.
Yeah, when you have 3 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
There's no argument.
No, not an argument.
There's really zero.
There's no
argument
argument at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
He's great.
It's a game. It's another game. It's not like we can get payback for losing in the Super Bowl. That ship has sailed. So it's another game. We got to come out and try to play complimentary football. We got to, obviously, we know what type of team that is. One of the best teams in the league. All-star quarterback. Great coach. So it's going to be a tough game regardless.
So JD, you can pretty much put that whole reel there of these guys praising our guys, and it shows there's a respect element there, and also too, when you go back, they go when Fred Warner said he hasn't beaten Mahomes. Going back to 2018, 38-27, Chiefs win. 2020 Super Bowl, Chiefs win 31-20. October 2022, Chiefs win 44-23, and then the Super Bowl this past year, 25-22. So yeah, the Niners have not beaten the Chiefs since 2014. So it's been a long time. For 10 years. So obviously a lot of praise going there. And I like the fact that they're kind of going a different route with this. Obviously there's respect here. There's a lot of, overlap of friendships, but you would think, when we play the Bengals, when we play the Ravens, there's a lot of kind of chippiness and kind of stuff that we can add to our bulletin board. Not a lot here. It's kind of like they're going a different playbook than most teams when we have kind of a rivalry with these guys.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, a lot of it's just respect. We're talking about Travis and Kittle, man. They're good friends off the field, and so they keep up with each other. They see what each other are doing. I'm sure they probably talk often. But why wouldn't you have respect for the Chiefs? It's a good organization. Guys come out there to compete. They understand that they're playing the most elite team in the NFL. And there's no sense bashing them. Why would you bash them? We're 5-0. And we got the upper hand on everything right now. Won the Super Bowl against them last year. And so Trent Williams was saying, that ship's done sailed. There's no getting back that. You're not getting a ring. You don't get a ring for winning this one or a trophy, Lombardi. And so I do believe that Shanahan, Andy, we're talking about two teams that know each other. They know the people that they're playing, and this is kind of a different league. You can kind of talk with guys uh, during the off season even more than what you did before, social media and whatnot. So I think it's a different landscape now than it was before. But I think having and showing mutual respect is a sign of a champion. Good sportsmanship, and good people. And so Deebo and George, man, when they were just talking about it, you could hear the admiration, but also, like you said, the respect they have for the Chiefs, the competitors. So it's going to be a good game, but don't by no means don't let them lull you to sleep. But with all the praise and okay, pats on the back and hey, how you doing, Kittle calling, hey man, how you feeling today, Trav? Yeah, I'm doing fine and stuff like that. Before you get off there, we're gonna kick your tail. Just hang up, So you gotta always realize that this game right here is between guys who have a potential to get in the Super Bowl again, playing it again this year. So it's going to be a good game. I think everybody's going to be watching this because they understand the caliber of players that you have playing this game is going to make it exciting, and they're going to come with everything they got. Marcus, they are. They are. So, but I do love it because it is this mutual respect these guys have for one another. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's a bit of a 360 because I remember when Bosa, I think leading up to the Super Bowl, talked about, there's a lot of holes on the tackles there. Hopefully the refs are watching. There's a lot of holes in the sides there. So, like, it feels like, I don't know, because the other guys, Bosa does kind of do a little more talking than the other guys do as far as the trash. But, like, you kind of what you said, don't let these guys lull you to sleep for the praise. Does that make things difficult? Because I know football players are always looking for edges, always looking for stuff to put on the bulletin board. We're like, yo, look at what so-and-so said. You're going to let these guys go out there and say that about you? Go out there and get them kind of thing. We're not really giving that extra thing. I mean, obviously, players don't need the extra stuff, but you'll take any advantage you can get. But is that something like the fact that they're not giving that any extra ammo?
No, I mean, you got two top teams, and they know who to put out there to speak about these things, right? Now you get Bosa out there, it might be a whole different conversation altogether. Yeah, they was holding me all last year. They never made any calls. The refs helped them win. I can't wait to get them back. Different conversation with Bosa, I guarantee it. So offensive guys, hey man, look, shoot, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna play ball. That's what it is. When you go against with one of your boys or your brothers and stuff like that, you still want to compete. You still want to win. And so with these guys, hey, you're gonna go up there, shake hands, give hugs. But as soon as that whistle's blown and you step in between, right there in that gridiron, okay, between them lines, all bets are off. All bets are off. It's almost like remember when Kobe Bryant, okay, when he hit Paul Gasol, he said, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run straight through his chest. So you're gonna see some of that. You're gonna see some blows out there. You might see them fussing and swinging at each other because it's still football, it's still competition, and each team wants to win. Yeah, so most guys don't need bulletin board material. So there's always gonna be somebody that says something. There's always a guy who's gonna make a statement on Twitter, and that's why they got all the, so what'd you say? And reporters gonna catch somebody saying something silly, right? Oh, they're not the same team. Now they ain't got Rice, they ain't got Brown. What are they gonna do? They got a young guy and Worthy, he's a little guy. We shouldn't really be giving them their flowers because they ain't really earned anything. They got away with one last year. All those different things, right? All those different things. These guys are professional, okay? And they're competitors. They want to win every single game. So that's the way it is.
It is interesting though, because you do see kind of the little bits of how Deebo and Kittle are talking about this game, talking about, it's a big game between the two teams. Whereas Trent Williams coming out from that standpoint, it's just another game. It's interesting, the two schools of thought here, where it's like, Kittle and Deebo are treating it like the rematch of that Super Bowl, whereas Trent Williams is like, it's a Week 7 game for me. I'm going out there and playing like a Week 7 game. I mean, you see the little differences there.
Well, linemen are different animals altogether. So that's another thing too. And linemen, they could care less. As long as they got, they out there and then they get some good food after the game, they're gonna go out there and just compete, man. It's another game to them. But we understand that, a championship game and Super Bowl has a lot more to it. A lot more to it. There's a lot more on the table. But it is another game. Okay. You just take one game at a time. Everybody still wants to win this, but there's no getting it back revenge. It's just not. It isn't. So unbeaten is another reason they want to be the ones. Yeah. Well, they said, well, if they're unbeaten, like they didn't know the Chiefs are unbeaten. I'm sure they knew. I'm sure they know. So Deebo not been, known about it. But, you take it and handle your own business. So it don't matter, man. When he come in, man, everybody's swinging. Everybody's throwing blows. That's just what it is. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. You can be great competitors, man, and respectful. But like I said, as soon as you get in between them lines, man, you are biting ankles and knee like Dan Campbell's knees. You punching kidneys. You pulling helmets, hair. I don't care. After the game's over, when you see when the clock starts striking zero, guys start shaking hands, give hugs, good competition. Hey, you just don't want nobody to get hurt, but you definitely want to win. Pure and simple. And so, look, I will say this though too. San Fran and Dunn has a great point. They want to be those guys. You beat the Chiefs. They're undefeated right now. You be the first one to say, okay, we took a little bit out of them. Okay, we took a little piece out of them jokers right now.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So now the jokers ain't invincible like everybody says they are. Okay. We took them to task. And so we brought them over here to San Fran and put them back on their bus, send them back to Kansas City.
Come on, baby. Go. Yes. That's a first down. It's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now. Yeah, our guy Greg Rose says, I'm in Sacramento. I could tell many accounts. I can tell you the tears were real. No, I bet. I will say, Greg, I mean, we've been on the other side of that. I'll tell you what, I had some tears. I don't think we had our it was the Tampa Bay year. I had some tears after that loss. I mean, the tears happened midway through the game when I knew the writing was on the wall, how things were going, when Pat was running for his life every damn play. No. Yeah.
It's going to be some good ball. It's going to be some really good ball between two really talented and best teams in the NFL right now. So I know for Chiefs for one, and then, San Fran is kind of right there with top 5. So I'll say that. So.
Yeah. No, it's a, and I'll say this, we'll get into who needs the game more, but as far as a team, if you look at the confidence level that it does, I mean, you're sitting at 3-3 right now. We're 5-0, so we got a very good lead over, everybody else in the division at least. But as far as to team that's a 3-3 right now, you're without CMC, you're kind of, not over 500. You get a win like that, that's going to kind of pull, give some confidence going forward, because you just knocked off the team that beat you in the Super Bowl, but then you gave that, there's no, they're not undefeated anymore.
Yeah. So that it gives you a lot more confidence, right? That you get things done. And they need that. They need to know that, with, their major guy that is hurt, can we win without him? Can we win it without him? So I think what you do is, teams like this, offensively, you got to attack them. And like I said, everybody thinks we're coming in stadiums now limping, Marcus. Everybody thinks we're just wounded with guys, and we can't do anything without having certain guys, and that's just not the truth. It's just not the reality of it. like they said, as long as PM15 and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones are on the Chiefs, you better watch out. It's gonna be hard to beat us. That's a fact. That is a fact. So
yeah, and I will say, if I was a coach and I was rewatching some of the stuff that from the Super Bowl, there was, I mean, not that George Kittle doesn't take the game seriously, JD, but I don't know if you remember the CMC fumble during that game when CMC fumbled it. On that play, Kittle's like talking to George Carlos. He goes, "Hi, George." And then right as he's saying, "Hi, George," you see the ball, like, because he thinks the play is over, but the ball comes out and then we jump on and stuff. It's like, that's the kind of stuff where, like, you got to hone in on it. Obviously, the Super Bowl, you should be doing that already, but, like, I mean, having a reminder of playing against a team that dominated you in the Super Bowl or, won in overtime. But again, like, stuff like that, that's what I'm looking at. You guys need to lock in and be serious in this game. And they probably will be, being 3-3. But little things like that, when I watched it, I was like, wow, that's interesting. It's like talking, like, having like a goofy conversation with George Karlaftis when the whistle's not even blown yet. I mean, that was one thing that stood out to me when I watched, like, the kind of the after the fact sound effects of the game.
What do you like? What do you mean? You got to say it again. Like as far as
he's blocking.
Any seriousness in it, or what? I think a lot of it is just kind of distraction. You still have this kind of weird interaction with each other when you're out there. There's a lot of cussing, a lot of different things going on out there. It is. So him just saying it, "Hey, George," just kind of trying to play him up a little bit. That's all that is, right? Not saying he didn't mean it, but hey, man, look, these guys are just, you out there, you're doing a job.
No, but I was saying, he did that, like, in the middle of the play where, like, he's like blocking, and then he stopped blocking. He's like, "Hey, hi, George," but, like, he's having fun, right? Like, kind of like making a joke. But then, like, behind him, the ball, you see the ball come out, and it's like, oh crap! And then Karlaftis jumps on the ball. It's like, oh man, like, should be like play to the whistle instead of making wisecracks,
I mean, shoot. A lot of guys, play to the whistle, maybe not, and just in the moment. You just, just in the moment. You just, I guess he would try to bring a little bit of levity to what was going on.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, it was a funny moment. Seeing G pick, yeah. High George play was hilarious. Kittle was not taking it serious. And then John Clifford, that was funny. Yeah. So I'm sure, stuff like that, they'll, kind of be drilling to him, like, this is serious, try, obviously I'm not saying these guys don't take it seriously, but like stuff like that, reminder of, like, play to the whistle. You don't want that kind of crap going on, especially when it's a Super Bowl, when everyone's mic'd up and they're doing a million different documentaries about that game. And that play, that's gotta be embarrassing. If I'm watching back, oh man, I can't believe that happened. No?
No. Mm-mm. Yeah, he's probably doing it every game, talking to guys.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is your job. Like, right? It's Kittle's personality. Yeah. So these guys are saying all type of different things. It's funny because I was watching a game and McCole Harmon was returning a punt. Fred caught it, and so a guy comes down. He said something to him. So McCole stops and turns to him like, "Man, don't you start that?" The guys are just, that's the competitive. You're just being silly. You're just doing things, right? You're entertaining yourself. It's a lot of characters, a lot of personalities out there on the field.
Yeah, I'm sure something that happens all the time where it's like, but that particular play was a play where, like, the guy who was talking to jumps the ball.
Yeah, but that just happened to be the play. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when oh my gosh. I've said this before, defensive tackle with the Vikings.
Randall?
Yeah, John Randall. So I'm blocking, and I bent this one joker like over the pal. I'm just, really when the whistle's going, and I feel somebody like, boom, hit me in my back. I'm like, oh shoot! And John Randall's like, "I see you, Dunn. I seen you. You don't think I seen you, did you? I seen you. I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. I can just remember, like, little things like that in games, like when guys just act that way. Another one, Charles Haley. I'm bringing some names up here. Charles Haley. I got hit over near their sideline, and Charles Haley was actually, he was hadn't dressed for the game. I guess he was hurt and injured. And when I was on the ground, he bends down, looking at me on the sideline. He's like, "Hey, Dunn." Ooh, like it's just like, hey man. Sometimes we just ain't rap tight anyway, man, Marcus. Anyway, so they said you have to be somewhat crazy. You know this, somewhat crazy personalities. You know, we colorful guys, man. That's who we are. It's what our personality. Those linemen, the linemen. Hey man, it's another game to them.
Yeah.
That's what Trent Williams like, man. He ain't getting up, he ain't getting down either way. He's coming out there to do a job. They pay him good money to do his job. He's going out there to compete and be the best. Period. Point blank. So,
JD, you got a question here from Eric Humphreys. JD, my sons and I are going to the Raiders versus Chiefs game in Vegas. Should we be concerned about wearing our uniforms to the game? It's a different animal now.
yeah, man. You in Las Vegas. No. Oakland might have been a different thing. Here's the reality is, man, if everybody's respectful, because it is, everybody's playing a part, right? We understand it's the idiots that make things bad, right? Like we've seen the one guy, you see the video of the dude, a Ravens guy, go up and punch like the
Crazy.
two. Yeah, I was like, dude, what win did you get? Good. They took your butt to jail as they should have. Locked his tail up as they should have. Like, that's ridiculous to go out there and assault people because they got different jerseys on. That's stupid. Like just idiots. When I see things like that, like, are you really too invested if you get to that point of fighting over certain things? Like when I was, and maybe it was my size, but when I was in Atlanta, you know, I'm knee deep in the Atlanta Falcons around me. Right now, I'm sitting over here taking up 2 seats, and I'm like, yeah, I'm standing up every time Chiefs are doing something. And Atlanta's just, you know, folks looking at me. They kind of smiling because everybody knows, you know, there's a little bit of jokes. It's a good time, right? But you're supposed to cheer for your team. But if it gets to the point where you're assaulting people, you know, and, you know, you're demeaning other people because of it, you got some issues, man. That's crazy. Now, look, it's great banter. Right. And we can needle other people all the time and, you know, make fun. I like doing it on Twitter, like, oh, that's funny. And, you know, seeing these tears and stuff. Those are funny things, right? It's like, okay, I got it. Because when we get you, we're going to give you just as much as you gave. I'm like, you're supposed to. You got no problem with it. I got no problem with it. Some people take it way too far. Just way too far, man. So guys ain't doing that.
And that's pretty much like, there's bad apples in every fan base. I know some people always want to say, oh, that fan base, that you better watch out for that fan base. Now, there's bad apples in every fan base. And someone robbed the Chiefs of Holler. And we literally had a guy who was going to state by state, going to games, robbing banks on the way to games and stuff. Every fan base has whack jobs, you know. So, you know, it's not just a Raider or, you know, any team. Everyone's got it. Everyone's got their weirdos in their fan bases. But, yeah. I remember I went to a Steelers game the year we went 2-14. I was it was a Monday night game. I was one of the only Chief fans in there, and it was all yellow towels everywhere. I thought we were gonna lose. I'm walking out. It's like 4th and 15. Matt Castle makes a great post route throw to Dwayne Bowe, gets us into field goal range. But as I'm walking out before that play, I'm starting to walk down the steps right when they call it snaps. I don't want to see this. I'm walking out, you know, everyone say bye to me, like all Steelers fans saying bye to me. I'm the only Chiefs fan there, walking down, and I'm like, you know, putting my table to my legs, like I said, like leaving, and then Bo catches it. We get the first down, and I stop midway through the steps. I'm like, nope, looks like I'm staying, baby, and everyone, Steelers fans, they started to laugh, like they thought it was hilarious. We go all the time.
That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff that sports bring out for people, right? And it's good. The competition. It is rooting for your team. It is, you know, making jokes with each other and needling one another because of it, right? And it's in good fun, and that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But when it gets into, like I said, assault and pouring beer on people and all of that, that's the craziness. People like that, man, is like, yo, do something else, which is that you shouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
Like it just if you like this, then you are like, even is what makes the thing suck.
Yeah, like go to a boxing gym and then take your anger out on a boxing bag, and it's ridiculous.
Find something else to do. Too invested. Shoot, guys ain't doing that. I mean, unless you're trying to make something personal, it's different, you know. So, Crispy, I seen you said, man, you out there, man, from the Bay. Crispy. I'm from the Bay Area. Niners fans are nervous because Chiefs own them. I bet they are nervous. I bet they are. And they got every reason to be. They do. They got every reason to be. So
we got real estate in their heads, man. We got real estate in all their heads. Got a lot of real estate.
I'm the Brown said when the Raiders fan come to Miami, those guys were all that black, even show the pass a 97-degree dedicated. The Jokers are dedicated, man.
Respect.
I will give them that. Dedicated fans. Okay, the Raiders are. But they do have some good ones. They have some good fans. I before the game, when we would go out there, I would catch, punts. I'm not catching punts, but the punter would just kick it. And I'd be go and catch a couple of punts, just whatever, right? We don't even have uniforms and stuff on. And their stadium would almost be packed, Marcus. Like half the stadium would already be full by that time. And I'm just like, yo, this is kind of weird. Like, it's crazy, like how many people's actually in this stadium. And I remember, I think I dropped a punt, and everybody's like, yeah, like the whole crowd get up and screaming, like, yeah. I'm like, man, you suck, get out of here, you suck. Like the black hole and all that. So, no, it's always fun. It's always fun to needle people. I'll try to jump in the crowd in Green Bay. They throw you back out, things of that nature. So it's always fun, man.
I mean, I think there's a lot more good apples than there are bad apples, but we tend to focus on the bad apples when it comes to these football games. Because you see these fights, like, oh man, I would never go to a Ravens game. Oh man, I never go to a Raiders game. Like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.